Morning. We've done rocks. We've done 3 lots of rocks. I'm going to go back to my river Wandle. It was there Tuesday. As long as it's not raining, we us old men, we go out on our bikes and have a jolly time, a cup of tea. But this is just a tangle of undergrowth, really. I took this photograph probably a month ago. I can't remember quite, but it's just coming into winter. Probably it was a frosty morning, but I'm going to just try and do a sort of quick impression of it, hopefully going into some sort of abstraction. But I've done it lots of times, so we'll see what we make of it. Let's just come up to, that is a burnt umber primed piece of watercolour paper. There is a watercolour under that, but it wasn't a particularly great one. So I just turned it into a supported paper. Watercolour paper makes a very good painting surface for oil and acrylic. And I primed it with burnt umber, thinned down. And I'm using basically these cheap Wilkinson's so-called artist quality artist materials. They're not really. They're quite thin, but they're adequate for demonstrating. So I've got a flat nylon brush, a Pro Arte brush. It's very old now, and it's not in good condition. Over the years it's got varnish and paint stuck into this bit here, and of course it all sprays. But so I won't use that. I've got a better brush. I've got this lovely Pro Arte long flat, inch flat. Really good quality stuff for acrylic and oil. So I'll just put in a bit of sky. We'll have a. Shall we? Let's have a bright day. A bit of blue, bit of red in there. So just. Oh, that's going to make a lot of noise. What's we can do about that? So just get some paint, thick paint on the support. A bit of a river shining through there. It's not quite a river. It's a very big stream, but it gets to quite wide, and when we've had a lot of rain, it gets very heavily loaded with water, obviously. And the area I live is called the Wandle Valley. Oh, that's going to annoy us, isn't it? Right. Okay, we'll have a bit of ochre and a bit of red in there as well. Let's make things up a bit. I'm going for surface rather than any sort of realism here at the moment. I just want to make a painting. I haven't used any gesso on this. I want some nice greens. So green, I'm going to use. Well, I should have done this before. I've got this new tube of Viridian, the cheap stuff, and I want to mix it with some yellow ochre and yellow to make some greens. Okay, I think that goes over there, makes a nice hole. That's it. Right. So we'll screw the lid back on. I mean, for £1.50 they're very good value. I'll put a little bit out, not too much. It's on the thin side, but okay, let's. Can mix a bit of red in there as well. Now I know the sun was coming from the right hand side, And we've got some trees, bare trees up here somewhere. Bit of black and bit of red even, bit of red. Burnt sienna. I mean, there's nothing wrong in doing loads of different versions of the same subject. Well, they did it. I do it. So we've got sort of nice trees coming up from this bank here. The river comes down around here. And we've got a nice bit of lot of shadow in here. Oh, it's terrible, that noise. I don't know what I can do about that really. Unless I use a bit of masking tape and stick it across the top. So I'll take my gloves off, my latex gloves. I'm wearing the latex gloves because using cloth to dry my, or to get the water out of my brushes when I've cleaned them in the water, it tends to dry your hands out. So I bought 100 of them for about £5. The paper's not going to go anywhere. Oops. Okay, that'll do that. Right, where's my brush? Right, gloves back on. I find that after a few hours of holding wet rags, it's not very good for the hands. So, no, don't answer the phone when I'm doing this. My wife's gone out. So let's go back with some more unrealistic shadow colour in here. Okay, we'll get some darks in here. Now, there are a lot of so-called experts out there tell you how the correct way to do things. I break all the rules. But I think you have to bear in mind that the good practice, like making sure the paint doesn't peel off the surface some years after you've done the picture. And so I think in the primer, thin down paint is a good primer. And once it's dry, it forms a impervious sort of surface that the next layers of paint stick to. Right, go back to the sky now. It's a very bright day today. It was lousy yesterday. But the sun is coming through one of the Velux windows. I had to pull the blind down. I don't like to do that. Not if we get a nice sunny day in the winter. Anyway. Bit of burnt sienna, I think, put in there. That's nice. Put my blue back. Touch of alizarin in with the blue. Oh, lovely, lovely paint. You can see the surface of the Fabriano showing through now. Really nice. Bit of red on the horizon. I'll get some in there. Oh, and I'll just put some sky back in there. See, whatever you put down with this acrylic, being opaque, it soon covers, so you can keep changing, not correcting, but changing until you get something going. That's what I do. But I think you know me by now. I don't have a method. I just plough in, work all over the painting. A wing and a prayer. I love this way of painting. It's just trying to make something pretty, really, or attractive rather than pretty. Using yellow ochre, a bit of crimson and white. I like lots of colour in my skies. Don't like plain blue, I like bits of blue. I like a bit of crimson in with my blues. We've got blue in the sky, we've got nice warm colours, and we'll go back with some more lights in here. Right, I can put some reflection in now. Now the river goes around there. I haven't got a surface to like heavily gessoed. I don't want that green in there. Right, blue reflecting through here. Right, go back to there. We'll put our black and a bit of sienna, burnt sienna that is. Right, I'll just put some paint out. Ivory black. I've got so much black now. I bought another tube yesterday while it's still available for that sort of price. I leave my paints because they've got nice big lids, so the paint falls down to the end. But before you squirt it out, turn it up that way. Otherwise, you'll get a lot more out than you wanted. Right, more white. Okay. Back in again, black. Alright, let's just... I'm just going to keep working at building this up. I might even do this one in 2 parts, so that I can build up a surface. I could use, I'm using black here, pure black. Use some plaster of Paris and just mix it with my paint, thicken it up. Right, we're building up a texture on there anyway, quite nicely, but you have to let it dry, which doesn't take long, of course. I'm going really mad with the black here. Okay, let's go back over to the other side now and put even more black in. Let's get these, just a bit too heavy that is. We put some of my paint back on that. So we've got ivy. I'm just using the edge of the brush here. Oh, it's really worn out, a bit like me. And we'll have a bit of ivy. No attempt at reality here. Well, I can put let's have yellow. Right, let's put these heavy shadow putting those reflections in here. Yellows mixed with black make wonderful greens. That's where we want the dark, and it's all shadow. It's like an olive green. I wish I could show you the mixing of the paint, but if I do, I forget to angle the camera back when I'm painting. You spend all your next 20 minutes looking at my palette and listening to me witter on. Right, just rough that across there a little bit. I need some light back in there, but I can't do that until it's dry, so just more of the old black and green. It's thick. I think my attempts at abstraction always seem to turn out into an impressionist painting, which is fine really, it's where I am. I paint in my particular way. Right, let's put some light on here. Still got black mixed in with my brush. Let's get some dark in there, dark green. It's a bit of brown with, easier to say brown than burnt umber. Blue instead of ultramarine. That's the bank. Okay. More it's just dragging over the slightly raised surface now, and I can do the same with the lighter colours. Once it's dry, I'm using black, red, black sienna. Just the edge of the water here. Right, let's just touch my pad again. See if I'm loosely sort of painting. Right, nice sort of brightish greens along here. So I'll put those in. I won't paint the bikes and the scooters that have been dumped in, or the cans of beer that yobs have thrown. They won't watch this channel, they're only intelligent, so we can say what we like about them. But it does hurt when volunteers spend a lot of their time keeping this beautiful little suburban stream in good condition, and nasty people come along and dump their rubbish. Some nice warm reds, and I don't use orange, not because I don't like it, I love it, but I mix it with the yellow and reds. We're going to put a bit of light back in here, because it's not black, it's just the way the camera behaves against the light. And we'll have some light coming through from dappled light. I'm still not going light enough on my grass, so sort of white. Show this sort of frosty bit catching. Slightly blue. There's no attempt at reality here. Right, can you hear that? I hope you can see what I'm doing. I can't angle the camera any better. It's a right-handed camera, so I look at the screen from my right. It would be better if it was on the left, but I have what I was given. Right, let's warm up some of these trees in the background. I don't want to cover all that lovely black, but I want colour. And now I can put in some light trunks shining through. Right, let's. Now, there's a lot of ivy in here, rather than leaves. So let's put black, yellow, and dark. Right, let's get some more dark on that bank. Try and put some more light. Right, now I'll see if I can open up this area here now with some. with some light, so it's just mostly blue in there, so that's the distance there. That blue, look, just blending it into the sky now. I mean, I'm sort of learning as well. I'm just putting the air back and it's all reverse painting. Right, let's get that colour, that lovely pinky colour, into this area here a bit. So a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of red, just reducing that intensity. Right, now we'll add some nice okay. Right, let's use a rigger now. A bit of water, a bit of ochre. I just put in just a couple of. So I've tried to create a bit of a misty effect without trying. I don't know if these will show. Can you see that? Just putting in some silver birches. You need it quite wet. Oh, that'll do. Now I've got a brush with a lot of it's a Chinese brush, a lot of hairs, a lot of bristles, all sort of separate. So I'm going to just get some of those colours on it. Look, and then just do some of that in the foreground. Let's get my glasses. to give that tangle of for somebody to see here as well. Just no, imagine I'm standing on a little bridge with my old mates. Look, nice texturing. Now this is hardly abstract, but lots of light coloured fronds, for want of a better word, because as you know I'm not very horticultural. I've just add some of this here. Quite meaningless, but sorry, I just want to see what we've got here. Oh, it's a river. I don't know. Let's get the rigger back and just put in some I'm going to let that go. I'm going to put it in the mount and see what we've done. I don't think it's a great picture, but hey, every picture takes you a bit closer to where you want to be, which is a lot better than we are now. And if you ever think that you've arrived, let me tell you, you haven't. You'll always get better. Right. Clean the brush before I do anything else. Take my gloves off just in case there's some paint on them. Now, I'm going to say a little word about my mate Alan Owen. I know many of you subscribe to his channel, quite rightly. He put an acrylic on the other day. He got 9 unlikes. He got a lot of likes, a lot of views, but he took it down because he'd been intimidated by the naysayers. And the sad thing is, he hasn't got the video copy of the video, because I would have loved to have seen that on Facebook. Right, well I don't think that's very good, but I'll bring the camera around. We'll have a look. Oh well, it's a river. I think that's okay to upload. If you don't like it, say why you don't like it. It helps us. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.